yes, I'm talented, I'm talented, yes, I'm talented, I'm talented, yes, I'm talented, I'm talented, yes, I'm gifted.
Welcome to the Art and Hustle podcast, a gallery of conversations, a space where you can hear all the amazing stories and life lessons of my guests. I'm your host, LindaLCheung, fashion designer turned multimedia artist, and I want to give you a space to tell your story.
Okay, back. Just
Hello.
wait for
This is so fun. We have to do this every Sunday.
I'll wait until I get into the serious story, and I don't care if it gets out there. It
Yeah.
doesn't
What
matter.
about Fridays or Saturdays? Sundays is weird, no?
I just think Sundays is easier because everyone's more relaxed and we have more of a time frame to play with.
I like to do, for some reason, I like Fridays or Saturday. I get Fridays because Fridays to me is like, oh, it's fun. It's Friday.
We
You
can do
know?
Friday. I'm like, I'm open to whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. I just think Fridays are fun.
Come on, Miss Lindsay, get back in here.
I know. Why is she so slow?
Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna get a little graphic, but I don't care. It can be out there. I don't
Okay,
give a shit.
good. I mean, hey,
Yeah, no worries. It's like whatever.
good.
I just felt wait, did Lindsay, don't you dare back. Oh, she's hopping off.
Oh, no. Okay.
No worries. Well, I'll tell you the story though.
Okay.
She's gonna miss a story. All right, so the odd thing that happened, so I'm at the Halloween party and I'm dressed as a full dress uniform Marine, like the black tie affair outfits they wear.
You're dressed like this?
I found a real legit actual
That's
real
awesome.
uniform from the Marines.
That
it was
is awesome.
It was a display model at a surplus store in New York.
Oh my God.
Because it was so tiny, but I could.
That is awesome.
I still fit the fucker. It's in my closet.
You have to, you know what we should do? We should get dressed up and then come on Zooms for fun, right?
Because even my Marine friends, this gay couple who are actual Marines, former Marines, they're like, that's real.
Yeah.
Holy shit, how do you have that? And I explained what it was, and they're like, oh my God. So anyways, long story short, I show up wearing this outfit that I had just gotten. And John was like, hello, cute guy in uniform.
Yeah.
And he was dressed as Wee Willie Winky.
What the hell is Wee Willie Winky?
It's from the nursery rhyme. And
you have to send me a photo so I can add it to these.
Okay. You know Ebenezer Scrooge when he's in his nighttime attire?
Yes.
And it's that like dressing gown.
Yeah.
And the long hat with the bald head. That's how he was dressed. So I couldn't see a body. I couldn't see anything.
That is not very sexy.
He had a sexy ass face.
Okay.
He was gorgeous, John.
Yeah.
So quintessential all-American, blonde, blue-eyed, chiseled, gorgeous. But I don't know the body or anything. But anyways, John attached himself to me that night. Yeah. And we were both enamored with each other. Mm-hmm. And he completely takes me by surprise and plants a kiss on me. So things are going to happen. But we decide to, like, when the party ends, my friends and I decide to go to, it was on Greenwich Street. And it starts with a D, shit. It was a dive bar, started with a D, and there was like tables you could sit at. Mm-hmm. So we're all sitting at this mega table. Mm-hmm. John's sitting next to me, and I'm talking to Mohini and Charles Alexander, all these people that were like the upperclassmen. Yeah. And John and I were tanked. Mm-hmm. John starts to undo my pants while I'm having a conversation with the group at the table. And he starts to give me a hand job under the table as I'm talking. Oh my
God. As you're talking.
I'm having a conversation and I'm trying to hold a straight face and not react to what he's doing underneath the table. Like, my dick's out under the table. He is jacking me under the table. And I'm trying to keep my composure.
How are you even keeping your composure?
Well, okay, so this gets good because years later. So basically, like, I stopped John at one point because it got a little too much, and I was like, okay, no, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But I end up taking it home, and we fucked for the first time in my dorm room.
Of course, of
night.
course, of course, of
So
course.
I take my soon-to-be fit model home with me to my dorm, and we fuck.
But you didn't know that he was your fit model.
No, until after the fact. That I talked to my professor friends, and they're like, so what happened? Because they noticed that John and I went off together.
Yeah, yeah.
So I say what happens, and they're like, oh.
Yeah, they're like, uh-oh, well, we have to tell you.
Yep. And they're like, he's your fit model. I was like, oh my God. They're like, whatever, no worries, we won't say anything.
Oh
but
my God.
Soon enough, it did get out because my roommate, Tafiq, at the time, caught John leaving my dorm room.
Mm-hmm.
And so the word then spread that I was fucking my fit model.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, I try to keep it under wraps as much as possible.
I had no idea.
But then it gets funny because years later, I'm
full circle moment.
Total full circle.
I mean, it's crazy. All these full.
No, just wait. This is how full circle my life gets.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned somebody and she comes back into play. So yeah. I'm at Isaac Mizrahi as design director for women's couture.
Yeah.
And then he opens up men's couture.
Yeah.
And he hires Mohini, who's a friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
An acquaintance. So Mo joins us. And I was like, so when he tells me who's being hired, I'm like, I know Mo.
Yeah.
He's like, you're friends with Mo too? I'm like, yeah.
Now, how do you know Mo?
Because she was an upperclassman, and I knew 3 groups of upperclassmen before me.
Oh, okay.
Because don't forget, I was before I was even in Parsons. I was already working with them.
Oh, because you were working
with the office.
Okay.
So I had upperclassmen who knew me. It was like I was the guard of the fashion office because you had to go through me to get to anyone. So even the students knew.
So were you the only one working in the office, or there were other students?
Just me.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. They had one person for like a short time, but I was the main person.
You were the main person. Okay.
I was the guy.
Yeah.
And like they knew me for.
So wait, how did you get the job in the office?
Frank Rizzo. So when I got called in to talk to the chairman, Frank,
mm-hmm.
he offered up on the spot not only my acceptance into Parsons immediately, he also said, do you need financial aid? I go, yes, because we're not wealthy. So he gave me, I'm going to guarantee you half scholarship, and I'm going to put you on work study, and you're going to be our intern. I want you.
Oh my God.
So he chose me as the main intern work study person.
Mm-hmm.
So I already was working with them way before I was even in Parsons.
Oh, wow. I mean, Anthony, that's like amazing and phenomenal, right?
So it was but I thought this is normal shit, and I had no idea.
No, Anthony, this is not normal things.
No.
All of these things that you're saying is not normal. And it's such like, I don't know what you would call it, like magical.
This is also why I kept my mouth shut about how I got into Parsons, because I knew I'd be hated.
Yeah, like this is amazing. These are not normal. Yeah, this is not normal shit.
So I did not tell the class.
I mean, did they know how talented you were? That's why they were helping you so much?
Oh, you mean the office?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why I was hand selected.
Okay.
Because in order to get...
Oh, because you did the summer program. They saw how talented you were, and then...
Now, the summer program was about 500-600 kids.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the biggest draws besides photography for Parsons.
Yeah.
So...
Mm-hmm.
For our final show of the summer program, we had a book, and you had 3 different course areas to take, and 1 professor per course.
What year did you take your summer course there?
That was 1990. 1995. That would be 94. 93 was 1993. I did was the Parsons fashion one. And so for 2 years, I was pulled out of high school to go to Parsons to check things out periodically.
Really? So you were pulled out of high school to go to Parsons for their summer program, or during the year?
No, during the year, periodically. After the summer program, they called up my principal and requested for me to be
Oh, so you were going to the summer program while you were in high school?
No, summer program was done.
Oh, I know, but you started it in high school, right?
Yeah, in high school.
You started the summer program in high school, probably your sophomore year, I'm assuming, right?
You got it. So,
okay.
So for 2 years, I was still in high school, waiting to go to Parsons for my, for fashion.
That's insane, Anthony.
And they would pull me out to see critic sessions and to help them out. Yeah.
So you had like full on fucking front line like view of what so when you were about to go to Parsons, you already knew what the fuck to do.
Yep. All of it.
You knew all of it. You knew everything.
And also they put me as the head of the senior show. I was assisting him for 2 years.
Well, if you had all of this in play, I mean, I'm honored that I actually got 3 garments into the show with you and won an award, honestly.
I knew every little thing on everybody.
Well, that's one. See, this is amazing that you knew all of this and I knew nothing. And at least I was able to keep up with you.
I had to be careful, and I knew secrets. I knew too much information.
Really? Of course, because you're in there and people just talk.
Oh, and don't forget, they're talking about industry professionals. So I knew secrets about industry professionals. I was privy to information no one was allowed to see.
Any secrets you want to tell here on the podcast?
Yeah, I will get so I will still get.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I can't.
I'm just kidding.
I stepped in, but yeah, it was like a wild scenario to be like dealing with those situations. And so the summer program, in order to even get chosen to see the chairman, each professor, we would put our books in the room and leave them there.
This sounds like Devil Wears Prada with the book.
Oh, it is. It totally is.
Totally is.
They each had stickers with their names on it. So I had Gary Liz, Bina Abling, and Maria Laveris as my triple team teachers.
Yeah.
The hardest section you could get, I had.
Yeah.
Art professors. So what they do is, if they think your book is worthy of being the top level, they would put their sticker as an approval for you.
So Devil Wears Prada.
So I knew what I found out later actually was 2 stickers, you're in the show. But if you got the coveted 3 stickers, you were selected to go talk to Frank Rizzo. And it was only about 5-6 of us were chosen to be able to go talk to Frank.
Wow.
And have that conversation about going to Parsons.
Yeah.
And early acceptance.
For early acceptance.
So I got pulled to the side and I was told that Mr. Rizzo would like to speak with me privately and have a meeting.
Wow. And this is your sophomore in high school year.
Yeah. I'm just a sophomore.
Sophomore in high school.
I have no idea what any of this means. So I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
You're like, what?
I'm like, all right, sure. So I go with Frank, and Frank basically starts reviewing my book and about me, and he talked to the professors about me. And then he at one point too, he goes, "What's your favorite fashion show of the entire season for this year, of this current season?" And I'm like, well, this one was Ralph Lauren was amazing because he did this Asian themed collection, which was so spectacular and gorgeous. And it happened to be Frank's favorite show of the season as well.
Oh,
which was in my book. So Frank was like, that's my favorite show too. So we were waxing poetic about that.
Yeah.
And then he turns to me, he goes, "Okay, Anthony," he goes, "here's the deal.
Yeah.
We believe in you. We think you're going to be someone big in this industry in the future, and you have serious potential. So I'm going to ask you a question right now, and just give me your honest answer." So I'm like, okay, what? He goes, "Do you want to be in Parsons now?" And I'm like, "Yes." Done. So he goes, "Okay." He goes, "You have a guaranteed in."
Wow.
He asked me, "How's your academics?" I was like, "I'm A average, top of my class, whole 9 yards." So he's like, "Okay, you're great there.
Yeah.
Your portfolio is amazing. Your work here is amazing." So he goes, "Here's the deal. I'm going to be sending a letter on your behalf into your file that will be sitting in admissions for when you have your interview. And it's going to basically say to them, if there's any reason that they're deciding not to accept you, I'm to be called immediately because I'm guaranteeing you're in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if they have any issues with you, I'm going to circumvent that. And I'm going to tell them, no matter what, under my authority, you have to be in Parsons.
He's like the president.
Yep.
It's like the president.
He goes, you have a guarantee of scholarship and also work study.
Wow.
So I was like, holy crap. So when I had my admissions interview,
yeah,
I was the 99th percentile to get in, period.
Yeah.
My academics were ridiculous.
Yeah.
My SAT scores were almost 1,300.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even study. I just tried it. Said whatever happens, happens. I was almost at 1,300. So I was like, great, I'm good there.
Yeah.
Portfolio was great. So the guy in my admissions situation was like, okay, so I'm not technically allowed to do this, but because I have to go to the review panel to talk to you about you, but I'm telling you right now, you're in.
You're in, basically.
He goes, not only that, Anthony, but he goes, let me just grab this folder right here. And he pulls the folder over. He goes, flips it open. He goes, I have a letter here from Frank Rizzo. He holds it up. He goes, even if we were not going to accept you, I have it under his authority that I'm to call you on the off chance that we were not going to decide on you and that you have a guarantee of admission. So no matter what, you're in. He goes, just please do me a favor. Whoever you're with, I go, my mom. He goes, okay. Don't say anything. Do not react. Do not show any sign of anything. Please tell her outside when you're about a block or two away from Parsons. Because
that you got in.
We can't let anyone know that you have
knowledge. Yeah.
So I walked out of my meeting with admissions. Mom sitting in the waiting area.
Yeah.
She goes, so how'd it go? I go, Mom, just get up, walk out the door with me.
Yeah.
Trust me. I looked at her. I'm like, this is good. Just do what I'm saying. So she goes, okay. So I explained to her when we were a block or two later, and she goes, she's freaking out on the street with me. I'm like, that happened, Ma. That happened. Oh my God. Totally crazy. So that's also why I kept my mouth shut, because I know I would be hated amongst the class if they knew how I came.
I mean, I had no idea.
I kept it quiet for a reason, because I'm like, I knew it would.
Did anybody know?
If everyone
anybody know?
Out. No, you're the first person to actually hear this.
Oh, really?
No one knows.
Oh my God! So I got the exclusive podcast interview with you, Anthony Manfredonia.
Yep. Even to this day, even my roommate Tafiq, no one knew. No one still knows.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So this is perfect. So we can put this one out, and then we can put the podcast out, and then we'll have like a full circle, like exclusive right here.
Yeah. So that was my secret forever.
Wow. So it must feel good to like finally say the story of how it is that you got into Parsons, right?
Yeah. But the weird thing is, I thought more people were like me. I didn't realize that's not the case.
Oh, no.
So I never thought about this stuff. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, it wasn't anything of anything to me. I'm like, yeah, cool. But I thought this happens to a lot of people. I didn't realize, no, that's not the case.
No, not at all. I mean, did they ever tell you, like, how often does it happen? I'm sure that happens to some kids, right?
Well, again, I learned that it's usually from that summer program, only 5-6 students out of like 500-600 people each year are selected to have that special circumstance.
Oh, well, that's amazing that you were one of the 5 or 6 that was selected.
That was really like wild and cool.
And were any of them in our class, the other 5 or 6 in our class?
The only other person I knew, I think her name was Jennifer, and she didn't make it all the way through.
Oh, she didn't make it. Yeah, I mean, like, we have to also go back and talk about some of the things we talked about in the beginning that I don't think got recorded. Like that when we were in Parsons, like this is when digital printing first had started. Our class had the first computers first computers, first for Photoshop, first digital printing. What else was there? This is like the beginning.
This is when laser cutting was happening. This was like the advent. Also, this was when designers became celebrities for the first time ever.
Yeah.
We were projected to be the next big celebrity scenario.
Oh, yeah.
That we went into mega stardom.
Yeah.
That didn't really happen before. It was known about us, but we weren't the celebs that we are today. So that was a novel thing in the 90s where
like Isaac Mizrahi became like super like celeb and all of that.
Mark Jacobs,
Karen,
Sana, Calvin, Ralph.
Ralph.
All these people became mega celebs. So we were in the advent of the fashion world breaking through to be giant celebrity status.
Yeah.
So we saw the change of the entire industry on so many levels at the same time.
Crazy. So we came in a huge pivotal part of fashion.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, so it was a wild experience to be, and also like I was working professionally while I was still in school.
Yeah.
After each of my classes, I would either go to Tracy Reese to work with her, or I'd go to Donna Karen to work with her.
So when did you start working?
I was 19. Well, technically, I was starting to work earlier than that because I worked with Tracy a little earlier. So probably, 18. I was working.
So you graduated and then you started going into Parsons and working and going into the city?
So after each of my like classes, I was running to one of my jobs afterwards, and then going home to do my homework, staying up. I was barely getting sleep. Wow. It was crazy.
Wow.
Because I needed money, and I actually had the only paid internships that back then there was no such thing really as paid internships.
Yeah.
All freebies.
Yeah, I did Donna Karen for credit for school.
Yeah, because I did the credit thing, and then when I was off credit, I told them, I'm like, I don't have credit anymore, so because you have to have that time frame, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So then they liked me so much that they transitioned into a paid internship.
Oh, okay.
It was penny, it wasn't much of anything back then.
Anthony, you're an OG, man.
Thanks.
I mean, you're more of an OG than me, obviously, because you've been going there since sophomore year of high school.
Yeah, it was.
So you're true OG right here.
And I'm old school because they actually consider me the last of the Frank Rizzo kids. I was the last Frank Rizzo kid to Parsons because Frank retired after me.
Really?
So we only had Frank in power our sophomore year, and then he retired.
Oh, okay.
Because he wasn't in good health, and then Mrs. Essex took over to be the chairwoman.
Okay.
So, and then we saw as Mrs. Essex was passing away from cancer. That's how it became the chairman while we were there. So I saw a transition of two chairmen out.
You just I missed what you said about Miss Essex. She got cancer.
Yeah, Miss Essex had to step out because she developed breast cancer, which eventually caught up to her and took her life.
Oh wow!
Because that's how Tim Gunn came in, because he was in the architecture program, and then they brought him up into the fashion program to help Mrs. Essex out.
So when did Miss Essex leave and Tim Gunn come in?
Well, that was like 1998 into 1999.
Oh, so Tim Gunn was there when we were like doing our senior fashion show and all of that?
Yeah, he was teaming up with her to help relieve pressure while she was starting treatment.
Okay.
So
he was kind of shadowing her to see everything.
You all didn't know what was happening, but I did because I was in the office.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was like, I don't remember Tim Gunn being part of the big things or whatever.
Yeah, because they pulled me into the office to have a discussion about, and I had to keep quiet because I had inside info that they knew I'm going to find out.
Well, anyway. How did they start doing Project Runway after we left?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I know about how Tim Gunn transitioned into the fashion world because of the scenario.
Oh, because of this.
Yep. So he didn't have a fashion background until they brought him up into us.
That's crazy. So he was in the architecture area?
Yeah. He was part of that department, and they brought him up to help us out.
That's crazy. So that's so funny because, I mean, he's such an icon now for Parsons, but he wasn't even in fashion.
Well, and then the other weird circle moment for me is when Making the Cut TV show came after me and recruited me in.
Oh, this is the one that Nikki's trying to get into.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right? The Cut, isn't it?
No, that's a different thing.
Oh, that's a different one. Okay. Oh, she's in Influence Me.
Yeah, that's a different thing. This is on Amazon, Making the Cut show. After they left Project Runway, Heidi Klum and Tim Gunn, they were given an opportunity by Amazon to create their own show of a similar nature.
Okay.
So I got to interview because I was a finalist. Immediately, I got fast tracked into finals for the show, and then I had a interview with Heidi and Tim as the finals.
Yeah.
So I walk in and Tim and I have a reunion because he knows me when he started in the
Parsons. Yeah.
In Parsons, and I was
when he was basically training to take over.
Yep, and I was the office intern.
Yeah.
So we had a whole like
full circle moment right there.
Tim had a total meltdown, like even crying with me, like hugging, and he's like, I feel like a papa. I know you as a little student.
Yeah.
You are all grown up and amazing, and look at your breadth of work. And it was like, wow. So he got me teared up and crying. I was like, expecting that moment.
Yeah.
He bear hugged me and wouldn't let me go for a couple minutes. It was like really wild.
Yeah, that's so sweet. So then did you do the show? No,
that was a whole Amazon, like the executives were stupid.
Really?
I'm gonna say that. I don't give a damn. They're dumb. It's meant to like designers to get on the global scale of things, and idiots. I'm the only person that they should have chosen because I'm now globally being recognized. Like,
that's ridiculous. Wait, I feel like you did tell me part of this story, right?
Well, I think part of the problem was I was too advanced for who I was going to be up against.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, like maybe it's good that they didn't choose you because we know how Amazon is, and Amazon's going to knock off everybody. So it's good that they didn't choose you, right?
I wouldn't have opportunities that I've had now had I been on that show. That could have marred my, I'm on a game show.
Yeah.
So I know that things that are happening now wouldn't be happening, and some things are still in the air. I wouldn't be considered for it had I got on that show.
Oh, really? So, I mean, you know what? Everything happens for a reason, right? Everything happens for a reason.
It was so cool to like have a reunion with Tim, and then Heidi lost her mind when she saw my work and was just going nuts.
Yeah.
That was just really cool. But anyways, it was like another weird full circle moment in my life.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
So that's why my whole life has been full circles, like with you. Like, basically 20 years ago for us.
20 years ago. That's crazy because we graduated in 99.
Mm-hmm. So now it's like over 20 years ago. And here we are.
Let's get my calculator out. 2022 minus 1999. That's 23 years ago.
See? Just over 20.
And I think we still look super young.
Sounds hair for me, but it's growing back on, damn it, soon enough. I'm getting there. But I know it's like, but it's wild how full circle you and I were our own little inner circle group. Yeah. And here we are back again with each other. It's just wild.
I mean, it's wild, and it's ironic that, I mean, like, thank God I finally got to the essence of who I really am and what I want to do, because then I had started doing art back in 2014. So we probably started talking around 2014, 2015, maybe, because that's when I started posting my artwork on Facebook.
Yeah, and when I first saw you posting, I'm like, hey, I'm doing artist collabs. Let's talk.
I know.
Holy shit, Linda, your art's amazing. Let's chat.
Yeah, you're like, Linda, this is perfect. Like, this is perfect for what I'm doing. I'm like, great, sure, let's do it.
And then here we are.
I know. This is amazing. And I'm so excited that we get to have these full circle moments and then chat about all these things, and then like go back and watch like the video that you had just found, so we can like do a full circle moment and look at all these things and see how far we've come, right?
Oh, I know. That's why I'm like, this was awesome, like seeing ourselves back then. It's like, oh wow, look at us. We were little kids back then.
We were so young.
I'm like, this is such a cool moment. Then I just couldn't believe I found it. I was like, holy crap.
I know. I'm so excited you found it, and to be able to record the reactions as we watch it together.
I know, this is like, wow, this is
awesome.
Like such a taking us down memory lane.
Mm-hmm. So like we said, like we got to do this like on Sundays. We'll do a recap, what's happening. We'll just chat, and we'll just do even quick little ones, even if it's, short or long or whatever it is. But I love these, and I can't wait for us to do another one next Sunday.
Oh yes, and soon enough you'll have my podcast up pretty quickly too.
Yes, so I'm gonna put. I think I'll do this one out. We should do the fashion show out first, maybe, and then we'll put yours out. Or
do this one first, and then this will lead into all the other stuff, because
I think that would be good.
People understand some of the things that pop up as you do the picture flash ups.
Yeah.
They'll make more
I think
sense.
I think that'd be awesome because you'll go backwards and then go forward.
And they'll have a little bit of a pre-background bit.
Yeah, perfect. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
And we'll talk soon.
Definitely. Love you. Have
Love
a
you
great
too. Bye bye. Have a good night.